WWE apparently wants to sign another TNA star. Also, a WWE star is expected to get a push. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I don't want to see happen after Money in the Bank. And then also, we got to talk about it. Mike Tenay, why didn't he come to WWE Worlds Collide? It's all coming up right here on the Ango Show. And if you guys want more videos like this, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Trust me, you never want to miss a video on this channel. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and I appreciate you guys all for watching. Let's kick things off with Mike Tenay. I feel like this is an important update because the other day we were talking about it. WWE was trying to bring him in, and of course, we watched Worlds Collide, and the commentary team was Conan and Corey Graves, and everybody's like, Ango. I thought, you know, Mike Tenay was expected to be there. What exactly is happening? And of course, this is a very interesting topic, and it's a delicate topic, largely due to the fact that Mike Tenay is somebody who we have not seen on WWE programming. We've heard of rumors, you know, of GCW and AAA and TNA and WWE all trying to bring him in at some point. Now it's come out, the real reason why he did not work the event is actually due to financials. This is really interesting because WWE is making more money than ever. They're doing record gates. They have all of the success. And yes, TKO is in debt. And obviously that's going to happen after a merger. But of course, they're making a lot of money right now. They're doing very good. They're doing very well. And it seems like TKO is being a little cheap. And I don't know exactly why that is. You know, I feel like Mike Tenay, for one appearance, wouldn't have been that big of a deal. And, you know, obviously, Worlds Collide was not broadcasted on Peacock. It was not broadcasted on Netflix. It was only broadcasted on YouTube. So I don't know if this is a scenario where maybe Worlds Collide, aside from live attendance, probably didn't generate as much money. Of course, it had sponsors and stuff, but you know, when it's not broadcasted on Peacock or Netflix or something of that nature, then you have to wonder if that's less revenue coming in for the event. I don't know. I always believe it takes money to make money, and you got to kind of invest in it. And of course, a commentator is not going to necessarily bring you in more revenue, but I do think it would have been very special to see Mike Tenay join the WWE. This is one of those things from a fan's perspective. I just kind of feel like it's weird, you know, for them to come out and try. And, you know, Mike Tenay's been retired since 2016. And for him, you know, this solely came down to money. It's kind of an interesting thing. The report came from Dave Meltzer. And listen, like, it is what it is. It sucks, of course. I would have loved to see Mike Tenay on WWE programming for once, but that just simply didn't happen. So I don't know. Maybe WWE will try again next time they do it. Who knows? But it is what it is. That brings us to Jade Cargill. Ladies and gentlemen, WWE is expected to push Jade Cargill heavily. According to PW Insider, the plans for Evolution are quite big. And it looks like Jade Cargill versus Naomi is being planned for the event, which is obviously a very big deal. According to PW Insider, they said the early word over the weekend suggests a major match being planned for the event, which Jade Cargill will face off against Naomi. Obviously, we know Naomi and Jade have had this incredible storyline, and now Naomi is a heel. And WWE is looking at pushing Jade Cargill very heavily. So a lot of people were thinking that maybe Jade versus Charlotte was the play for Evolution 2. That does not appear to be the case. I think WWE is going to try to hold on to that match for WrestleMania. Now, you guys might be wondering, this isn't probably that big of a topic. It is, and it's because there is actually a concern that I have here that is actually really just starting to bother me. Naomi just won the women's Money in the Bank, and I'm super happy about that. And I think she should be able to successfully cash in the women's Money in the Bank. And I feel like her whole entire heel run has been absolutely great. Now, I am not going to perform some sort of outrage before it is announced, but I do want to throw this out there, and I don't want to manifest this into happening, but I do believe to a certain extent that WWE is trying to push Jade Cargill heavily. Is this a chance where Jade Cargill ends up winning the briefcase from Naomi? Is there a chance that WWE has Naomi put the briefcase on the line and Jade ends up winning? And then this way Jade could cash in on Tiffany Stratton, and then this would be their way to get Jade Cargill versus Charlotte at WrestleMania next year with the title on the line. And I'm very fearful of that because I do believe WWE would do that. and again, I'm not trying to have some sort of performative outrage here, but genuinely speaking, if you're going to revisit this feud with Naomi and Jade, we know how it is. The people holding Money in the Bank briefcase typically loses a lot until they successfully cash in. Jade has to get her win against Naomi. So I'm kind of worried that WWE would do something like this. And then, of course, I have to be patient. I understand. I have to wait and see what they do. I understand. However, I just don't want to see them do that. I actually kind of wish they steered away from this story, just because of the fact that I think Naomi being Money in the Bank holder, I want to see her continue this momentum that she's had. And as of right now, it kind of worries me that maybe they're not going to have a follow-up plan, which I'm hoping I'm right. I'm hoping that they do have a follow-up plan for Naomi, and I'm hoping that they don't just use her to push Jade, but you never know with WWE. And that brings us to our final topic, ladies and gentlemen. WWE is reportedly interested in signing Mike Santana. Wow. Okay, let's talk about this. So there's a new report, PW Insider Elite, coming out. They've reported that WWE is showing significant interest in Mike Santana following his guest appearances on NXT programming. We've been talking about it. He has obviously received a lot of high marks, high regards, following his stuff that he's done with Trick Williams. And WWE is obviously taking notice with that. But now we got to talk about this. If WWE is truly interested in Mike Santana, it worries me for two reasons. One, WWE was interested in Mike Santana before he went to TNA. Okay, let's just throw that out there. WWE was interested in him. For whatever reason, Mike Santana went to TNA. But the thing is, with WWE, you know, there's talks of them trying to get Joe Hendry. They just got Jordan Grace. I don't want to see WWE rob TNA of everybody who becomes a star over there. Mike Santana has been absolutely killing it. He's killed it in House of Glory. Now he's killing it in TNA. And yes, he would be a great addition to WWE. I said this even when he departed AEW. But it does worry me that every person that goes to TNA that ends up killing it, you know, and then they get featured in NXT, WWE starts expressing that interest, which then ultimately hurts TNA. And that is a concern that I definitely have, and I'm not going to be quiet about that. Of course, Mike Santana easily could go into WWE and do great things. I think everybody kind of knows his skill level it's there. But it hurts TNA at the same time. And I think one thing that really, really needs to be said here is that he is technically still in contract till the end of 2025. So they could sign him next year and just, I don't know. To me, I just don't like it. I got to be honest. I just don't like it. I don't like that every single time TNA has somebody getting over, WWE starts trying to sign them. WWE signing TNA stars has hurt TNA. AEW signing TNA stars has hurt TNA. And I just want TNA to be able to not be impacted as much, which is very difficult. And I'm not dumb. I know AEW and WWE have more money, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Do you guys want to see him in WWE? Do you want to see him run it in TNA? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below.